Hey guys, it's Syama Maher here, CEO of Scaling Retail. I am so deeply excited to see you again, Diego, and I'm so excited to talk to you today about Next Agency. I'm really curious. This business has been around not that long. You guys have an amazing group of brands. I feel like I could talk to you for an hour, but I'll keep it super lean. And you've been having an amazing time at this trade show. So break it down to me. What's it been like getting this agency off the ground? Tell me a little bit about the brands. How's the show been for you? Spill it.
I think yesterday was one of the busiest days we've had in a long time. People are just really excited to come back, I think. Customers, end consumers, stores. I was really excited to get back into it, not be behind a camera. Now people just want newness. So it's a good time for us just because we're bringing really exciting brands into the market and good quality product and exciting product, and people are responding to it.
Tell me a little bit about how many brands are in your portfolio, how you guys are choosing brands to represent.
You know, we're experimenting with a brand now at the show, seeing how it works out and seeing if it's a good fit for us in the brand mix. But one of the reasons why we started the showroom and one of the approaches that we wanted to do with the showroom is to make sure that we could give each brand our all, you know, and not have a bunch of different reps, which is a totally okay formula, right? And we are turning brands down per se, just because of the bandwidth. There's, you know, me and Corey keep on jumping on the phone with each other, sending stuff through Instagram, like, hey, so-and-so reached out to me, what do you think? And me and him are excited because we like, you know, fashion, and we're really excited about all the brands that are talking to us for the most part. And we have to like kind of pep talk each other, like, hey man, we're gonna be too busy. And
so as you're looking to evaluate brands, like, what's the lens that you're kind of looking at a brand's potentiality through, right? How do you know if it's gonna like hit the mark?
I mean, you don't, you know, but I think just through experience and then through kind of what Corey and I believe in, you know, and what the market is looking for. That's gut, right? And then other things like we see if they're marketable, if they are marketing, if they're willing to invest in the marketing that's needed to get out there. If you have, you know, like Corey was saying earlier, if you have 15,000 followers on Instagram now and you're not moving and you're not progressing, you're not bringing any more traffic through Instagram or using that Instagram as a tool to bring exposure to the brand or website or whatever you're also using other media, that's a deal breaker for us. And then, you know, number two is and it's kind of chicken egg. I think it's more important on product, but it's product. Like, you know, if stuff's falling apart after a couple washes or fits are wrong, or I've had many years where like a lot of energy spent on selling stuff that just, you know, put so much stuff. You lug it to a trade show, you lug it across the country, you're selling it, and then it gets to a store after production, it just doesn't fit, or the quality's shit, or so quality is really important. Quality and focus on that, you know.
Speaking more about like co-op advertising, like being able to like work with like the retailers on doing advertising, or
that, I mean, I think that's one of the strongest market, at least for a sales guy. Like, I want every dollar spent to go towards somebody coming in and buying some of the product. You know, designer might want more of a whimsical idea of the marketing approach, but sales, you know, so if you're going to be spending those, at least for younger brands, like, you know, if you're going to put like a small billboard up or something, like put the address to your store there, or focus it on a particular product so you know that it's directed towards it's got like kind of a reason and a purpose. It's not just like putting your name brand out there. So yeah, that kind of marketing, but also exposure and telling the story. You know, like I need, because I'm telling the story all day long to retailers, but the end consumer needs to know, like, there's so much more behind some cool brands. There's so much effort and so much, I guess, meat and potatoes there, but they never get to like express it or tell people about it.
Wow.
I think they miss the mark a lot of times. Woodwood's been around for forever, and you know, it's just coming in the U.S. market. You know, we're launching it here in the U.S. and
so awesome.
Yeah, and it's a huge brand, so many categories, and it's all sustainable. It's 90% of it is made in the EU.
Wow.
They're B Corp. They've like, you know, they got a zero
all
carbon footprint.
Yeah.
You know, and people know that, but it's not. I think you need to sell that part before you get into the clothing, and then you're kind of like, drinking the Kool-Aid, I guess, you know?
I love that. I love your approach to looking at how brands can develop and that kind of unique brand story and being able to communicate that. I mean, I think it's, your brands are lucky to have you.
Thanks.
You know?
Thanks.
So, one final question before you run back out there, because I
Yeah.
know today is going to be
Already
insane.
got people, yeah.
I know. One last question. Obviously, yesterday was an amazing day for you. As you guys are looking at like future forecasting retail, how things are going to be in 2022, the rest of this year, give me your best future projection on how things are feeling in terms of your world and how retail is picking up.
I think this is the middle of the recession. I felt like there's going to be like a creative, like cultural renaissance, like a really, and that's what it feels like. I feel like there's a sense of like euphoria in the air, and people are just like, I'm out, like the store, and you're seeing friends, and we're sitting here without masks, I was at a sports bar watching a game yesterday, and I never knew when that was going to happen next. I think things are going to be really good, and particularly for small boutiques, I think that's where you're going to find new special things. Department stores are probably going to double down and go deeper on bigger brands and not have that big of an assortment. They might have like, a small department that like rotates some brands in and out.
Sure.
But you're not going to go to a department store to find something new and exciting. You're going to do that in your local boutiques, and there's a lot of stores out there. There's still a lot of stores out there, fortunately. Unfortunately, there's a lot of good ones that aren't around anymore, but I think shopping local and focusing on small boutiques is going to be like kind of the thing,
Amazing.
I'd love to see more like independents have multiple doors and just giving new brands an opportunity.
Wonderful. Thanks,
Yeah.
Diego. You're the best.
You're
I really
welcome.
appreciate
Yeah,
you.
my
It's
pleasure.
always nice to see you. I'm so excited to see what happens next for these brands, how the agency grows. If anyone wants to DM Next.Agency to send in their internship application, I'm gonna put out the SOS. You're the best.
Just the warning, you get worked to the bone.
You know how many people are willing to work to the bone for the exposure?
We'll see.
A lot of people are. Thank you so much, Diego.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks.
Bye.
Cheers.